My mother-in-law wanted me to hand my baby over to her right after I gave birth, but she was shocked when we gave her the middle finger. I've been in a relationship with my husband Jamie for 8 years, but my mother-in-law Candace has always been a thorn for us. I am currently pregnant with twins, which is why she's showing her true colors to us. When I first started dating Jamie, he was very hesitant to introduce me to his mother. She is kind of loud and aggressive, which to an introvert like me is not a good match. The first time I met her, she commented on the clothes I was wearing and said I should dress more conservatively. That rubbed me off the wrong way, and while I didn't hold it against her, I didn't follow what she said. Candace has been in a one-sided war with me ever since. On more than one occasion she has tried to influence Jamie into breaking up with me. Based on her comments about me, she's a little jealous that her son chose a girlfriend who isn't the splitting image of her. Jamie and I also only dated for 6 months before we got engaged, something that Candace hated. The worst part was at our wedding. When Candace showed up wearing white, she was told by my husband to go and change, and I guess she thought it was me who told him to say that, because she glared daggers at me after that. Anyway, now both Jamie and I have successful careers and decided we want to have a baby. This is also around the same time that Candace and her husband had a divorce. I think she tried dating, but none of her relationships worked out, which made her a bit vindictive. I'm a little sad because she can never be happy for us. Also, she is still Jamie's mother and he still wants a relationship with her. Back to me being pregnant. The reason we were so secretive about my pregnancy is because of some remarks that Candace made in the past. For some reason, she would say stuff like, "When you have a son, give him to me so I can raise him better than you. I am probably a better mother than you will ever be." She would say this and laugh like it was a joke, but those comments would really hurt me deep inside. They even made me insecure and unable to try for a baby for over a year. Only after Jamie told me to get therapy did I agree to have a child. That's why we never told anyone I was pregnant until I started showing. Candace was so angry that we didn't tell her that she showed up at our doorstep. "Do you really think you have the right to keep this stuff from me?" She said that to my face and tried to put her hands on my belly. I swatted her hand away and oh boy, did she fly off the handle after that, ha. She yelled at me and called me a slut, something which she claims to have no memory now. That's when I couldn't hold back any longer and had to take her joke seriously. I clearly told Jamie that I did not want Candace anywhere near me when I was giving birth. I didn't want her to see my baby either. And if Jamie took her side, I would be forced to distance myself from him since I couldn't trust him to betray me. Thankfully, he made a decision which was to support his wife, especially because his mother was being unreasonable. As the birth was coming up, Candace was becoming more and more agitated. She demanded to be near me at all times, something to which I of course didn't agree. She also made the comment of giving her my baby numerous times, with each consecutive one sounding less and less like a joke. I caught her making a nursery for the baby in her own home, miles away from where me and Jamie lived. She also insisted that we let her name the baby, since I would obviously name him something unacceptable. I never raised my voice at her, because I was too busy laughing. You see, while Candace assumed that we will have to eventually give in to her demands, she missed something important. Me and Jamie were giving her false reports, which included the time and place of birth. We gave her the location of a hospital that was in the opposite direction of where we intended to go. We had planned to move our careers to a different state, so we saw this as the perfect opportunity. The information we gave her was just a fail-safe, and insisted that we didn't want visitors until the baby was 1 month old. She reluctantly gave us that space. I gave birth 2 weeks before that 1-month period even started, and we started moving as soon as I recovered enough. But I didn't leave Candace with nothing. Just before we left our house and sold it, I stuck a piece of paper onto the front door with a drawing of my middle finger on it. The Ring camera was still working, so I saw the absolute rage in her eyes when she realized we had disappeared. Update, 15 days later. After moving into our new home, we didn't hear from Candace for a while. She did text Jamie and me, calling us idiots and obnoxious a-holes, but for some reason she stopped after a few hours. Eventually though, we learnt that Candace had tried contacting the local church and Hoa authorities, trying to see if anyone had a clue as to where we went. She also tried to force her boyfriend to look for us, who quickly became her ex-boyfriend when he refused. When that didn't work, she apologized to us via text. She said she had made a lapse in judgment, and desperately wanted to meet her grandchild. Jamie almost faltered at that, but I kindly reminded him how her remarks made me feel in the past. He understood, and told his mother that she would have to make a huge effort into earning our trust again. She snapped again after that, which proved that her apology was just superficial. So currently, I am enjoying playing with my baby boy, while my vindictive mother-in-law has lost everything.